Okay, so if we look at these two backswing positions here at the top, that's where you got to there.
Yeah.
And that's where you were.
Yeah.
So we zoom in there.
Yeah.
Look at the difference in those two club heads. Now this one was the one that said it paused at the top of the backswing, okay? The problem was you were sort of said it was decent, it was a pretty good sort of start position. Nothing's really changed, I think, apart from grip pressure, which obviously you can't see, but I think being aware of that thumb pressure is going to be an issue, okay? So that's going to get, so that was your takeaway there, not a problem there at all. Pretty much the same there, okay? It's when you got to here now, you sort of lift and collapse, and the grip now in this part here would start twisting. So the fact that we can almost see the club face pointing back to the camera, and then when you hit the top of the back, so now that club face as closed as it was. I mean, as I say, it's almost 45 degrees shut.
Yeah.
So that's aiming kind of over there.
Yeah.
So you've got to do an awful lot of manipulation, which, like I say, when you make practice swings with that club face position, you can swing the club through the ball here, no feedback from where the ball's going to go. The club just brushes the carpet, brushes the grass, and it feels great.
Yeah.
And that little white thing gets in the way. It's like, it's a big old hoiky that goes way off to the left. So getting yourself to the top of the backswing now, so from here, we're going to be hinging the wrist up, so you allow your elbows and your hands. See how the club's a lot darker there because you can't see the face of the club here. Yeah. So you're hinging the wrist up here now. There's your backswing. So that club, as we said now, pretty much spot on in line with where your left forearm would want to be. Okay. So as we get that club to the top of the backswing there now, as you come back down, the club face now is square. You can do what you comfortably do with a golf ball. Yeah. Swing through, and the ball flies dead straight. Whereas this one here now, the same sort of impact back in the golf ball. Yeah. The club face now at this point is aiming over here, unless you'll make a massive manipulation. Ball starts left, low, and just continues to keep hooking left and left and left and left. And that all came from, again, you can see the club face when you come through here now, it's kind of facing back up here towards the sky. It's just twisted in your hands. But it's twisted before the shot has been hit. Yeah. And I said, if you, that kind of movement there now is that sort of lifting where your hands sort of collapse because you're probably just squeezing it so tight. When you're trying to, as you're doing this now, think of it this way. If you had a, let's say, I mean, people have a tube of toothpaste holding a small but you're holding a spherical object, and you're holding it with hands coming from sort of effectively different sides. So if you start squeezing, you're going to start spinning and twisting this club in your hand.
Yeah,
so very often.
One thing I'd noticed in the last, so I put a new glove on
grip
3 rounds ago. I wore it out Sunday. I noticed Sunday there was a hole there. Yeah. By the time I was halfway round,
well, if you take a grip of a golf club and just do that on your hands for, I don't know, 10 seconds, that now's got warm. So the fabric on any glove and people
and literally I was like,
gee,
I don't...
But that's, and again, what happens is the tighter you grip a club, the more your hands are going to move because you're swinging, you're gripping something that's spherical. Most people, the pressure's on the top, pushing down. So your thumbs are always doing this, and that's just going to cause rotation and twist with the grip. And if the grip's just doing this and you're holding up here a little bit high in the palm, it rubs and rubs and rubs, 3 or 4 shots into the round of golf, the grips started to wear out, especially if you're using a leather glove where it's quite thin material, which is great for this time of year for the warmth, but we don't want that twisting. So when the club is getting up here now, you were twisting it here with that tension. And I think the logic around it is if the club head is twisted, and you said yourself when you were coming back into the golf ball, you kind of felt the club just didn't feel right in the right hand. So you were trying, okay, I'm losing control of the club, it's not quite in the right, I'll grip it tighter. Then you're squeezing, I say, doing this all the time, like sort of rinsing out the blooming water of a towel. You're just sort of squeezing around there too much, but a load of pressure on it.
I could feel a lot of pressure
up your arms. And again, wears you out. By half around the golf, you go, I'm knackered now because you put so much effort and energy into gripping that club. As if we can hold it, like I say, imagine that as your phone. You're gripping the club, like you would hold your phone on top of the grip there. Takes the pressure out of there. You can then hit the goal now with a square club face and therefore control the club face. We're not. It's not a dog on the end of a lead or an animal or a kid or something on a lead. You've got to try and squeeze on for dear life. They're not going to go anywhere. If you keep just dangling the club there, stay still. You control how it moves, what your body does. Okay, so if we can practice that, and again, that's always a good sort of checkpoint there, just from a top of the backswing perspective. Lead arm, back of your left forearm, should I say, in the club face, as close to in line as we can. Now, if I'm a bit on it, if it was a bit more that way, okay. But when it starts getting up to the sky like you were there, that is the recipe. And, well, unless you're DJ, you can spin your body and hips out as fast as he does, which is not many on the planet. Well, there's not many tall players can do that, whether you're pro or not. I mean, it doesn't work, to be fair. It's so strong and difficult to get back to the golf ball. All you get is a big hook. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does.
Excellent stuff.